hang up and try again.
Hey guys, I am Trent for Trent Sense, and I just got back home in order to do a most memorable and momentous unboxing event for all of you. I now have the Motorola Atrix 4G smartphone as well as the Motorola Atrix 4G laptop dock, and I'm here to unbox both of them right now. Here is the retail packaging for the Atrix 4G made by Motorola. The box is a lot smaller than what I expected, especially in comparison to the large and flat packaging of the Inspire 4G. This is the retail packaging for the laptop dock, which is a pretty huge yet flat package, as to be expected. Got a picture of the dock from the front, along with the carrier branding, and then on the back you've got the typical information about the dock itself, along with another picture from the back. On the front of the Atrix, you've got a TFT capacitive display of 4 inches, and it's covered by Gorilla Glass. This same screen can also show up to 16 million colors. Above the display, you've got branding for the Motorola company, as well as the earpiece. To the left of the earpiece, you have a front-facing video camera, and to the right of the earpiece, you've got a proximity sensor and an ambient light sensor, and to the right of those, you've got an LED notification light. Below the display, you've got 4 capacitive touch commands for menu, home, back, and search. But just below the capacitive touch commands, you have a tiny little slit for the microphone. On the left, you've got 2 ports, one for micro USB and the other for HDMI. On the right, you've got your volume rocker keys. On the top of the Atrix, you have your 3.5mm headset jack, as well as a symbol for the locking and power mechanism of the button toward the back of the device. The bottom of the Atrix is bare bones with nothing to show. The back of the phone is constructed in smooth plastic, which is of course prone to fingerprints and smudges. On the upper area, you have a tactile button which also doubles as a fingerprint scanner to enable powering on the phone as well as putting it into sleep mode. Next to that, you've got a second microphone to enable noise cancellation. You've got a 5-megapixel camera unit capable of shooting HD quality footage, along with a dual LED flash. And to the bottom left-hand corner, you have the loudspeaker. With the battery door removed, you've got the main bay for the battery itself, along with 2 slots below it. The vertical slot is for the SIM card, while the horizontal slot is for the micro SD card. I am liking the metallic construction that dominates the entire device from the back to the front. I also like the nice finishing touch of the chrome Motorola logo toward the center. The back rim of the dock feels more like a rubberized plastic in contrast to the metallic finish of the rest of this device. On the back corners, you have these grills that I assume work as speakers for when the phone is docked. And at the back toward the left, you have 3 ports, 2 USB ports, and an AC adapter port. Okay, toward the back, you've got the docking area for the Atrix 4G smartphone itself, along with the 2 plugs that go into the HDMI and micro USB ports on the phone. What's interesting is that you will see that there is an insert that is already placed into the dock, but according to the instructions on the user manual, you can go ahead and remove this if you happen to have a protective cover over the Atrix smartphone. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but right there is an icon showing some kind of battery charger, and I assume that's some sort of an LED light that may end up flashing or pulsating in the midst of having this plugged in. On the front part of the laptop dock at the trackpad, you will see a tactile key with a battery icon. Once this key is pressed, a row of LED lights to the left of it will illuminate to show how much charge you have left on the laptop dock battery. This next part is what I'm sure we've all been waiting for, the opening of the full-size keyboard and the display. All right. Okay, we have the main backlit display, which is measured at 11.6 inches, according to the AT&T website. So far, I am definitely liking what I am seeing with this full-size QWERTY layout on the laptop dock. You can see here that there are chiclet keys that are similar to that of the MacBooks and the MacBook Pros that are currently released from Apple. And you can see that there is also a brushed metallic finish on the palm rests. The feedback of the keys feels a little bit soft, but not to the point to where there isn't any sense of clicking for regular typing. So it's not too bad. Below the full keyboard, you've got a spacious trackpad along with a tactile button area for both right-clicking and left-clicking commands. I am most certainly glad to be back with an Android that has a more portable form factor with a 4-inch screen. When I hold the device in my hand, I do not get a sense that it feels like a cheap, lightweight phone, much like the Samsung Focus. There is a good amount of weight and a good amount of solid construction to really give you a high-end feel in spite of all of the plastic that's put into the phone. Now, in addition to the great features that I had in the Inspire 4G, such as an HD-capable camera with a dual LED flash and a notification light, I'm also glad to finally have a dual-core processor at 1 GHz inside this Atrix 4G smartphone. There is also a battery that has a huge capacity, which is rated at 1930 milliamp hours. So I am very curious to see what that kind of capacity can give to me on an average day of typical usage. Now, we also cannot forget the novelty items that are included in this Atrix smartphone, such as the biometric fingerprint reader toward the back of the phone, as well as a front-facing video camera. There is also an increased amount of resolution on the phone as well, rated at 540 by 960. Now, the 5-megapixel camera is capable of shooting HD quality footage at 720p at 30 frames per second. Now, what's very intriguing is that there's supposed to be an update in the coming future to where it will then be able to shoot HD quality footage at 1080p. One big worry that I initially had for the Atrix was the Moto Blur interface overlaying the Android operating system. I've been told that the current version of Moto Blur is not as intrusive as it used to be in the past, but I think only time will tell once I begin using this Atrix as my main phone. After playing back a couple of YouTube videos, I'm happy to say that the onboard speaker for the Atrix really does pack a good punch when it comes to listening to media content. So I am very eager to listen to all of the 10 gigabytes of music tracks that I'm right now loading via my Macintosh. My initial impression of the laptop dock for right now is very good when it comes to considering its overall build quality with its metallic finish along with the soft rubbery finish toward the back rim. Now, when compared to my 13-inch MacBook and to the average netbook, I'm very happy to say that the laptop dock feels thin and it feels like it has the perfect form factor to be able to tote it around in a laptop bag in order to do some typing at a local coffee bar or, a library or what have you. The 11.6-inch backlit display I think will be plenty big enough in order for me to have a most reliable web surfing experience on the Mozilla Firefox browser. Now, in addition to this convenient dock lending a full keyboard and a full screen experience to the phone, you also have to consider that there is a huge built-in battery that can also charge the phone itself when it is docked. Even though it would be fantastic to watch videos on the 11.6-inch screen as well as surfing the web on the Firefox browser, My main concern is being able to manage my own Word documents online, whether it be through the Google Docs website or even through the Docs to Go application on my smartphone. Now, true, I do have a lot of high hopes in regards to pairing my Atrix 4G phone with the laptop dock. But at the same time, I still am not afraid to be honest and let you guys know if the laptop dock happens to be a complete failure. Overall, I am extremely happy to be back with Android, and I'm happy to have used the Inspire 4G as a stepping stone to my current phone, which is the Atrix 4G. With all of that being said, I'm going to take some time to use this as my main phone and hope for the best with the laptop dock, and I will be sure to keep you guys updated with an upcoming episode showing my review impressions of the Motorola Atrix 4G as well as the laptop dock. So until then, all of you guys take care and stay safe.